I can't start this chat and not quote Steve Buscemi in 30 Rock. So I'm going to start off by saying, how do you do, fellow kids?
That was a 4 second scene. Literally, if you watch, it's like 4 seconds. We filmed that so fast when we did it. I had no idea that that would become like this meme that people would be, quoting. But I'm happy to hear you say it.
You say meme, I say masterpiece. So I think lost in translation.
I love your background. It's very clean and classy and
Oh, the rest of my flat is an absolute mess. That's the
okay.
only nice bit of my flat. Everything else is disgusting.
Yeah, I like
So
it.
I'm sorry about that. Right, Daniel, I'm going to start with you. In your career, you've taken on some pretty wild roles, but none more so weird than Reverend Ezekiel Brown. I mean, at one point, you're spanking your own bum for God. So I want to know, would you say spanking your bum in front of Steve is probably the weirdest moment in your career to date?
No, not even nearly. I mean, I was naked hundreds of times in front of Richard Griffiths. That made more of an impression probably. Yeah, I mean, yeah, no. Also, I'm not sure Steve was even there for the spanking scene. I don't know if you were there that night.
I
Yeah,
don't, yeah, did, I,
in episode one, he like gets down on the ground and like is punishing himself for, or like, yeah, he's yeah, no, I don't. It's always hard when you go. Like, I think there's a dance scene, like in the fourth episode, which I would probably say is up. Is probably like top five with the more insane things I've ever filmed. But so that's something to look forward to. But yeah, no, it's hard to pick what the top weirdest moment is.
I really appreciate, Steve, how you had to think. Did I see Daniel Radcliffe spank his bum in front of me? I can't remember.
I mean, I've seen it. I can't remember if I saw it live or if I've just seen it, in the footage or the episode. But I did see the dance scene that he's talking about, and it is not to be missed.
You guys in Miracle Workers, you get thrown into the deep end real quick, don't you? I mean, you nearly stick your hands up your own bum. Geraldine,
Yeah.
I see you insult ladies of the night. Is there a point where you're doing this, like in front of Steve and in front of Daniel, where you're thinking, what am I doing? What am I doing right now? It must get embarrassing real quick.
It absolutely does. I think it really starts to feel like a fever dream. I think especially shooting this season with the COVID of it all, like going from seeing no one and just being at home to being like on a Western set with Daniel and Steve and everyone and yeah, making these insane jokes. It really felt like I've died and this is some kind of afterlife or like it was a true fever dream.
Yeah, I feel it with Steve a lot because I'm like, he's a legend. And
Yeah.
with Daniel, they always put him, I think, in the most embarrassing situations because partially he likes it. Like, he's always like this season he kind of dresses in drag, would you say? And like has to perform on stage like half naked and like, I mean, he's like voguing, like it was crazy. So I'm always like, they're always giving him like some pretty crazy stuff to do. But with Steve, I'm always like, oh my gosh, you're too classy for this show. Like, what are you doing here? Get out of here.
I'm worried that one day you two are going to wake up and it was just all a big cheese dream. That's all it was. Yeah, too much cheese.
I ate too much cheese.
Which is a genuine worry for me because I do eat too much cheese. So, Steve, you're not getting away with this too easily because Benny the Teen, he's a wild character too. I mean, firstly, I wish I was as cool as you when I was a teen. I'm just saying. Benny has his fair share of falls. I mean, I think he falls flat on his face like 72 times or so in the first episode. Are you coming after Tom Cruise's job? Are you doing all your own stunts?
No, I had the best stunt guy. Um, Imaginable. Anytime you see Benny like doing anything on a horse, like if you don't see my face and it's the horse, it's my stunt guy. He did those incredible falls. The first time I saw him fall, I didn't know he was like how he was going to fall, and it really made me laugh. And I thought, oh, great, he's got like comedic timing and everything, and his physicality. So I was very happy.
You two are so funny in Miracle Workers, which is, it's good because it is a comedy. But I know for a fact there must have been scenes where you're just having to reshoot it over and over again because you're just cracking up, you're corpsing. Were there any moments like that on set?
Constantly. For me, it's truly constantly. It's a problem. Because I just, when I think something's funny, I just have to laugh. Like, I just really have a hard time holding it in. There was the scene where John is, I don't think this is in the first episode, or is it? No, it is, where he is shitting himself while on top of me. And in one of the takes, he actually farted on me, and I I know, and I just completely fell out of the scene and was like, John, what the hell? And then yeah, that whole scene took a long time to shoot because I kept losing it. With him this close to my face being like, but and constantly Steve makes me break all the time in a way that's a problem and is really embarrassing because he's like, get it together, let's be a professional, and I just think he's so funny.
Is that the main reason John couldn't make this interview? Because he's still humiliated by the fact that he farted on you. That's what I'm going
really
with.
Mad that I'm talking about this in press. Well,
it's not the first time she's mentioned it.
That's what he gets for not being here today.
Yeah, exactly.
He's just somewhere farting as per usual. That's what he does. Now, previously in the Miracle Workers anthology, you've gone from playing angels and gods to literal shit shovelers. Now, I'm willing to fund the entire 4th season. I will put all of my money into this just for you two. I'm going to put all of my money into it, but you just have to tell me what genre or what era you'd like to tackle in season 4. So what are you going to do for that sweet, sweet money?
That's the thing. Anything I'm going to say is with the caveat of, if the writers think of something different, I'm sure it'll be for a reason, and I'll be happy with that too, because they are brilliant. I've always liked the idea of like some sort of like sci-fi, whether that means like in space or not, but in the future perhaps. But also, if it, as I said, if Dan Merck and Robert Padnick come up with something else and it's brilliant, I'll be happy to fit in anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, there was an idea that was floating around about like a haunted house, or sort of like monsters, like in a something in like the vein of Frankenstein, and I was excited about that. So if you're willing to kick in, yeah,
hand over that money. We told you.
Yeah, I didn't think this through. I'm very broke. There's going to be no budget for stunt doubles. I'm sorry.
All right.
You're doing all your own fooling, Steve.
I want to go to space. I'm trying to be an alien. I want to be blue. I want to be in the future, and there's robots. It's beep boop boop. That's what I want.
Beep boop boop. Right, written that down.
We were just talking about the OC in a previous interview, and I want to do like teen soap, like a straight up teen soap. Steve is the principal. Dan is like the new kid in school. Geraldine is like the mean girl. Like, we're doing it all. I'm like the teacher who's like having an affair with a student because he's like the younger teacher. Just like full teen drama. I don't know how the hell they're gonna say Miracle Workers in the it's Miracle Workers High. Is that a thing? We're like a Christian school.
I mean, yours sounds a lot cheaper to make, so I'm going with that one. I'm scrapping the aliens. I'm sorry about that. You should have aimed lower, really.
Oh my gosh.
Now, much like your characters in this, I want to make a miracle happen right here, right now. I'm going to ask you each a question, and let's just see if we can make miracles happen, okay? Steve, I'm going to start with you. I want to make this miracle happen. You've appeared in 2 Quentin Tarantino movies now. Mm-hmm. There's rumors that he's making his last ever movie. Would you love to be a part of the last Tarantino movie that ever happens?
Well, sure, but I don't believe people when they say it's going to be their last movie. But whether it's his last or it's the beginning of like his next phase of his next 10 masterpieces, yeah, of course.
Well, there's the exclusive scoop. Quentin Tarantino lying about his retirement. Thank you very much, Steve. You heard it here. You're mates with a little someone called Kevin Feige. He confirmed earlier this year that Deadpool 3 will begin shooting. I just want you to make this miracle happen for me. Is Dopinder gonna return for Deadpool 3?
Oh my gosh. Well, I do have a contract to return for 2 more movies, but we don't know if that's real. I hope so. I have not heard anything. I would love to come back. That would be really, really exciting. I was once on a plane with Kevin Feige, and by on a plane, I mean sitting next to him on a plane, going to shoot Miracle Workers season 1, flying Delta business class, thank you TBS, and he was sitting next to me, and he was going there for Spider-Man. I put together Homecoming, which was filming in Atlanta at the time, and I really just wanted to say something, but I did not, and I let him work on his laptop, and that was my Kevin Feige story.
So, did you just sit the whole time with your headphones in, just ignore it, pretending you didn't know he existed?
Yeah, and I think I also unintentionally watched a DC movie on the screen, in front of me. I don't know if I was a power move being I don't care about you.
Yeah, you're a bad boy, and I like that about you. And Daniel, I'm going to come to you now for this miracle. We've seen loads of shows and films reuniting over the pandemic. What are the chances of a full-on Harry Potter reunion? I'm talking maybe a table read or a party. I'll come if you've got low numbers. I don't mind.
I mean, I think the chances are pretty low. I'm not going to lie to you, Daniel. I don't certainly of look, I'm still in contact with a bunch of the people from Potter. Haven't stayed in contact with everyone because that would have been literally impossible. But and I feel that sometimes that is disappointing for people to hear. A lot of my best friends were on the crew as well, who I'm still incredibly close to. In terms of a table read, I also think it would be how weird would it be for all of us as now full-grown adults to be reading lines written for 11-year-olds, the worst, maybe teenagers, but I feel there's something about us playing the innocence of children that might just be weird and uncomfortable to watch now.
Yeah, now that you said that, Harry Potter and the 12 o'clock shadow just gives me a bit of...
Just reading that was full of wonderment stuff. Nah, that would be weird.
I'm going to brush over the fact that you said the party that I wanted to come to isn't happening. That was a swift denial of my invite there. Thanks very much, Daniel.
I tried to move past it.
I'm gonna cut you out of the season 4 that I'm funding. It's just me and you now, Steve.
All right. Well,
you worked with John Cena on Blockers, and your farting friend John, he worked with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson on Baywatch.
Yeah.
Now I want you to help me create this uber butch masculine testosterone of a miracle happen in a battle of my dad's harder than your dad. Who do you think would come out on top out of those two? I want some mean trash talk right now. Cena, The Rock.
That's wild. Ooh, both big boys, big daddies. I think who would come out on top?
Yeah.
I just think they would both. I mean,
no, say a name.
Thank you. That's why I like you. You're a bad boy.
I need to look up their heights. I don't know who's bigger, but I just want to see them both lift each other up
at the same time.
Yeah, they should kind of levitate.
I'm a little sweaty now. I'm a little hot under the collar. It wasn't the answer I was expecting. It was better. So thank you so much for that. I'm now going to have
Rise
to...
up the clouds.
Oh my God. Them lifting each other up is a Nexus event.
And it'll happen in the Alien version of Miracle Workers, season 4, which I'm funding.
Yes.
I can't believe I got to pay for that now as well. Thanks a lot, you two. Cheers.
Yeah.
I can't afford this.
That's expensive.
Thank you so much for chatting to me. Miracle Workers is so funny. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dan. Have a good day. Cheers, man.
Cheers, mate. See you later.